Very good morning, students. Today we are going to continue the lesson Old Man River from Unit 3, written by Dorothy Deming. The lesson is in the form of drama. There are two scenes in this lesson. In the previous class, we have completed scene 1, and today's session we are going to see scene 2 and also some do you knows from the textbook. The first do you know. What do you see in the picture? You can see an ambulance and you can see the number 108. If you experience an emergency of any kind of accident or natural disasters anywhere in India, the number you should call is 108. You can call 108. We can receive ambulance within few minutes for emergency. This is from your textbook. The next do you know? It is about Red Cross Society. It's an international humanitarian service organization. It's the biggest independent, non-religious, non-political, non-sectarian and voluntary relief organization treating people equally all over the world without any discrimination as to their nationality, race and religious belief. It was established in 1863 in Geneva, Switzerland by Jean-Henri Dunant, the person who formed Red Cross. Jean-Henri Dunant, the father of Red Cross movement and the recipient of Nobel Award for Peace in 1901. The next do you know? You can see a dam. This is the fourth oldest dam in the world and it was built by King Karigala Chola across the river Kaveri in the 2nd century CE. It is called the Kallanai Dam or the Grand Anaikat. It is one of the famous and the biggest, oldest dam in Tamil Nadu. Let us move on to the text. We can recall the important characters from your textbook. The first character is Amy Marshall, 17-year-old girl. Betty Marshall, her younger sister. Rose Field, 16-year-old girl, the neighbor to Marshalls, and Sarah Field, 9-year-old girl, Rose's sister. Jim Hall, 17-year-old young boy from the another neighborhood. And Mr. Peters, a member from Red Cross, Penny Marsh, Red Cross nurse. We have seen that the story started in the late afternoon in March at the living room. Amy, Betty, Rose are sitting around the living room table. Amy and Rose are knitting. Betty is looking at pictures in a magazine. And in that house, we can see only the teenage people. The elders were out of the house. At that time, Jim Hall entered the house and informed about the cloud burst as well as the heavy rain around the city. And also, he informed the people in the house to get ready with flashlights, candles, lamp, lanterns, and he asked Rose to fill tubs and pails and Amy to check with food, blanket, coats, and also he asked them to get ready with first aid kit. And at the meantime, Sarah Field, she was playing in the porch and the area was surrounded with water. So Jim Hall, he swam around that place and he safeguarded Sarah from that place at that. And then Jim informed everyone that he was going to climb out on the roof and start waving the flashlight, and he was waiting for somebody to help on the way. So here Jim is climbing the 2nd floor and he is waiting for the help. Let us move on to scene 2. After an hour later, the same place in the sense the main living room. The people were assembled in the living room. At rise, Same group is in the living room. Same group in the sense we can see Amy, Betty, Rose, Sarah and Jim Hall. They were in the same place, living room. Sarah is asleep, covered with a blanket in a big chair. Amy, Rose and Betty have 3 candles on the table. Betty is trying to read. We have seen that Sarah was hurt in the porch and her bones were very dry. So she is covered with a blanket, and Amy, Rose and Betty were sitting around the table with 3 candles. Betty is trying to read now. I can't read by this light. How do you suppose our grandmothers ever did? During the difficult situation, Betty is informing her friends that she was not able to read any book with the help of candle lights, and they are remembering about the grandparents, how they used the candles those days. At the meantime, Rose is giving a reply. I don't believe they tried to read. I guess they went to bed when it grew dark. So Rose is telling that they won't learn or read. They may go bed before it going dark. Maybe we ought to go to bed. It's nearly 11, but I couldn't sleep or wink. Wink means close and open one eye quickly. So Amy is telling that it is almost 11. We want to sleep, but our eyes won't close because of the pity situation. Nor I. Listen, what's that voice? All 3 listen. Rose running to the window and peering out. I can't see a thing. It's pitch dark. It sounded like something bumping against the house. Betty, oh, come back. Let's stick together. Rose ran towards the window and watch what is happening outside. She can hear the bumping sound around the house. Everyone was nervous and they were very frightened to see, and they stick together to escape from the pity situation. Jim entering the room. Battery is dead. I waved it almost 100 times though. Maybe somebody saw it. Jim came down from the 2nd floor and he informed that his battery, his torchlight was dead because he has used it 100 times. He had a belief that somebody has saw that light. Betty, maybe. It had stopped raining anyway, and let us start moving everything to the attic. Jim hurried everyone to move to the attic with the things they have collected. Bring the food and water first, then the blanket. I'll do the carrying up the ladder to the roof. So Jim is informing them to fetch everything to the attic. No, new spring coat. I'm going to save that. Betty informed that she is going to save the spring coat. She rushes out left, taking a candle with her. Sarah, wake up, dear. We are going to sleep in the attic. Rose awakened the Sarah, but she was not able to move. Oh, where am I? Come on. To the attic. Rose took Sarah to the attic. Ought to get father's most valuable books and mother's jewels case, and Amy is taking her father's dress, books as well as jewel. Amy, we will need water, food more than books and jewel. You don't seem to realize. He is interrupted by a cry from outside. Jim is warning her most important thing at this time is water and food, not books and jewels. In the meantime, they hear the voice from outside. It is a new person entering the scene. He is Mr. Peters, a man from Red Cross movement. Hello there. Hello in the house. Mr. Marshall. They have come for us. Here we are. Amy is awakened and she is telling that the person were waiting outside for us. They are coming here to save. Picking up the 3rd candle. Jim. Here we are. In here. Jim run to the window and he is telling they are safe here. Betty. Are we rescued? Who is there? Betty is asking question. Who came there to rescue? Mr. Peter. Mr. Marshall. Are you all right? This is Tom Peters and Miss Marsh, the Red Cross nurse. We are here in a boat. You can see a boat here. In the boat, you can see 2 people. One is Peters and Marsh. Here they are waiting to pick them up to the safest place. Jim, row around to the back porch. You can get in there. Jim gave an order, asked them to come to the back porch. Steady, now that I have got hold to the rail. Tie her up. He gave the instruction properly to the Red Cross people, as we have already know that Jim had an experience as he was worked in Red Cross movement. So he is giving the right command to the people from Red Cross. Betty, we are rescued, we are rescued. Come, Sarah. Why? Are you children all alone? Amy is giving answer. Yes. Mr. Peter is asking whether the house is full of children. Amy is giving answer. Yes. We all alone in the house. There is a terrific crash followed by a wail of pain and a scream. They are crying, shouting. Rose. Oh, Sarah, she has fallen off the step ladder. Come quick, somebody. I have dropped my candle and it's gone out. In the meantime, Rose put the candle down and the lights went off. They are searching for the light. Oh, I hope she hasn't broken her neck. In the meantime, they found that Sarah's leg had broken. Get the first aid box. It's in that pile of coats. I'll fix a place for her to lie down. He arranges chairs so Sarah can lie down. They arrange a chair for Sarah, because she was badly hurt in that incident. Mr. Peters, steady now. You're all right. More frightened than hurt, I think. They thought Mr. Peters informing that they are afraid about the circumstance, not that hurt. He places Sarah on the chair. Amy, I'm glad Miss Marsh is here. Sarah is sobbing softly, saying every so often it hurts. Rose kneels beside Sarah's chair, holding her hand. Jim stands in the background with Betty. It's my leg that hurts. Sarah is crying. Miss Marsh? Yes, you have hurt it badly, Sarah, but we can fix it up and we will all get into the boat and take you home. So Miss Marsh is giving the positive command to Sarah that she will take her home. You're going to be all right. She has broken her right leg just below the knee. We can splint it up with pillows and umbrella and lift her safely into the boat. Splint means a long, flat object used as a support for a broken bone. So they kept pillows and umbrellas as a support for her leg. I think we ought to take her to emergency Red Cross hospital in the armory. So they are taking Sarah to the Red Cross hospital very fast. We can take Rose and Betty along, but Jim, you and Amy will have to stay until we can get back for you or send some other boat. So Mr. Peter is telling that he is going to take Rose and Betty first and then he will send another boat for Amy and Jim. So they are taking Sarah in the boat. That's all right. We will be perfectly safe upon the roof. So Jim was very bold enough to give the answer that he can stay in the roof and with Amy safely. Mr. Peters, we can leave you an extra lantern and a jar of coffee. Need anything else? Mr. Peter is telling that he can give a lantern as well as coffee and he is asking them anything else they need. Only some of your calmness. We will be all right. Thanks. So they will be happy with the help of Mr. Peters. Don't thank me. Thank the Red Cross. We can swing her down into the boat very easily. It won't hurt a mite. Get your things, Rose, Betty. You can go in with us. So Mr. Peters informed that it is their duty to help them because they are from Red Cross and they are taking Rose, Betty and Sarah along with them. He asked them to take their things very fast. Sarah, Miss Marsh gave me something to stop the hurt. It has almost gone. Sarah was really drowsy. She feels very drowsy and she's expecting help from Miss Marsh. Amy, that's fine dear. Have a nice boat ride. Try to get word to mother that we are all right. Betty and to Jim's family too. So Amy is informing the person in the boat that they are all safe and he informed that they can try to give message to the mother that Marshall's, Betty and Jim's family are nice. I'll try. I hope you will be rescued soon. Bye. Betty is giving positive comment and Rose is saying goodbye to Betty. Goodbye. Amy is also very happy to send them safe. Mr. Peters, you will be all right. Jim, because Mr. Peters is telling that because of Jim they can be all right. Jim, yes, don't worry about us. Goodbye. Voices in distance, the sound of oars. Jim enters right, whipping his forehead. Water is dropping. The every surrounding is full of water. They can hear the water droplets. Here is to the coffee, lantern, and rescue. Here, Jim is very happy by saying goodbye to the people in the boat because he got lantern and good coffee. I'm glad to have a wide awake, well equipped disaster committee in this town. Really, Red Cross movement seems to be the well equipped disaster committee. They came very fast to rescue the people inside the house. Amy and Red Cross nurse for emergencies. Thank God for the rescue. Here, the curtain is going down. So we can see that the circumstance around their place. They were inside the house. The house is full of young teenage people. No elders were there. The house is surrounded with water. But Jim, an young boy, he was bold enough to give instruction to the people inside the home. They give the positive energy to the people. He informed the people to collect water, food, blankets, lanterns, candles, everything. And he keep everything safe in the attic. And he make everyone to be safe in the attic. And the meantime, Red Cross movement also came for a rescue and they safeguard the people inside the house. I'll give you the homework in the WhatsApp group. Thank you for listening, students.